Alrighty, we are live right now at Inspired by Graham. This is Karen McNall. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I live in the kind of small state of Vermont. And it's on the East Coast if you're not sure where Vermont is, but I hope you guys had a great weekend. I am going to be working with a new bundle tonight. It is called One of a Kind, and it's only $27.75. And I just came across it and I thought, you know, it's Christmas time, winter. This is going to be blue, silver, and white for tonight. The blue is Coastal Cabana, which I don't really use a lot. But, oops, hold on just a second. I'm going to turn my volume off on my laptop or else you'll hear me twice. Okay. All right. Looks pretty good. I got that centered and everything tonight. Okay, so one of a kind bundle, item numbers 164078. It's only $27.75. And don't forget, if you're a demonstrator, you get your 20 or 25% off that. So really nice bundle. And the snowflakes are amazing. And I'll be stamping some of those tonight. And I also have a die that I've already cut, you know, and die cut it out, of course. But it's really nice, and it's the very first time I've been using it is today. But just let's recap on. I have a new host code for this month, November 1st to the 30th, 2024. It's right in front of you. It is RPA2WRBS. Again, that's RPA2WRBS. I don't come up with those numbers. Stampin' Up! Comes up with them. There's only one of those host code numbers. They're always generic, you know, they're always random, so you never know what you're going to get. So my host code is the cards in the journal that I made last week. I thought you guys might like that. Going into the holiday season. You can, as you know, I did not use it as a holiday. I used it just as a ordinary all occasion kind of card. So it's nice paper. I really, really love the Winter Meadow paper. And I'm glad they did carry it over and put it in the annual catalog. So it's still in stock. And but you'll get 4 cards. Kits, they're card kits. When you place an order of $40, you have to use that host code. And if you place an order of $60 or more, you'll get the 4 individual card kits plus the journal kit. So all 5 projects that we made last week, and the $150 or more, don't use that host code so you can earn your Stampin' rewards. And that's all from Stampin' Up! I'll send you the above plus a pack of the Opal Rounds assortment. So I appreciate Kathy A's order that came in yesterday. I didn't even notice it until late last night. So thank you so much, Kathleen. But anyway, that is my host code for November. All right, so we're going to get started. Hi, Carla. I see here on here. Thank you so much for watching. All right, so we'll make 2 cards. I've got them right here, but I'm not going to show them to you yet. Let me just flip them over. We'll talk about the one of a kind. So you can see it's got some random sentiments. We've got 3 snowflakes, different sizes, and this little swirly thing there. And we've got some sentiments that say, hope you have the merriest season ever. You are one of a kind, wonderful friend, sending a flurry of happy wishes. I like that one. A little something just for you. Thank you for your kindness. A to and a from. And so really nice. It's a photopolymer stamp set, which I just remembered. I got to go over and get my Stampin' Pierce mat. I was using it on my desk, and I only have one of those in my craft room, so all the other ones are packed away in my in-person event boxes. So you'll need your piercing mat for this. Anyway, so really nice bundle. It's only $27.75. So really, really inexpensive. The two dies that you get, one is an outline and one is a die cut that is really, really nice. And I'll show you this one. We're going to actually use both of them tonight. But two simple dies. You can use this one for lots of winter cards, I would think. You could throw it in on Christmas cards too, but I like blue, silver, and white for winter cards. It just reminds me of like how cold it can get and how icy it can get. So that is our bundle. We will also be working with our basic rhinestone jewels, silver, of course. And then the first card that we'll be making tonight, it's embossed with a Snowflake Sky 3D embossing folder. The only thing you need to remember when you're using this one is that the heavier amount of snow is at the top, okay? It's not reversed like this, all right? We want, when snow's coming down, we want it heavy at the top and then lighter at the bottom. So when you're making this card, you'll have to remember that, or anytime you're using the embossing folder. I'm also going to be using Coastal Cabana, so that's your hint for tonight about what color we're using. Coastal Cabana. I did want to show you something that happened to me tonight. Let me just put it on this white so you can see. When I first stamped the snowflake here, and I'm just going to zoom in just a little bit. This is my first try, and it's because I didn't get a good image because my Coastal Cabana, I haven't used it in a very, very long time, and it needed more ink. So I used my ink refill, and this is the image I got. So much better, don't you think? So we had this one, which is very light and it's broken up, and then now we have a pretty crisp snowflake. So if you ever experience this, make sure you try to refill your ink pads. Don't overfill them or else you're going to make a mess. So I think I got mine pretty good. So anyway, let's make our first card. So this is the one we'll be making. And if you're on my team, I'm making the make and takes this week, so you can kind of see them and let me know if you would like to purchase those for our team meeting next week. So this one again is with the Coastal Cabana in white, and here is the Snowflake Sky 3D embossed panel in white, and we're using your stylish shaped circles. And here is the snowflake that is die cut in silver foil. And then we've got the coordinating ribbon, which I use a lot. It's the sheer ribbon. It's, let me just take it off here. It's silver and white, and it's got that edge of silver on it. And of course it matches with the card we're making tonight. So very stylish ribbon. You can use this throughout the whole year. All right, so we're going to do some stamping first because I want that Coastal Cabana to dry because it is pretty inked up, but not too bad. All right, let me get my kits here. Yes, I already made my bow, as you can see. And then here's another actually stamped image of that snowflake. You can see how nice it is on my basic white medium envelope. So really nice. All right, so our supplies. Here's our Coastal Cabana. I've got it cut 8.5 by 5.5, and I've scored it at 4 1/4. So it's going to be a portrait mode card. And then we have 2 pieces of basic white. Here's the embossed panel here. And then here's a 4 by 5 1/4. They're both the same size. This is for our inside panel. And then I've got my medium basic white envelope. And then over here, I've got all my stylish shaped circles. So this is the next to last one on the outside. So it kind of goes down like this in sizes. And then I've got my nice little foil snowflake. Okay, so we'll need this one here and this one, and oh, on the inside, I didn't show you this. So what I did was I made that background stamping with a large snowflake. It's very hard to see it, but it's 3rd generation ink. And it's just a very, very subtle background for the sentiment that's on the inside. All right, I'm going to work with the larger stamp. It goes on a D block, and we'll need it for this one and our envelope and then our inside panel. So let me just open this up and I'll put it over here, and that makes a lot of noise. Sorry about that. But we'll try that to make it a little bit less noisy. So what you want to do with this one is try to get it straight as you can be and distribute it around the edge. So as you can see, I'm really focusing on my stamping. So you kind of equal all the way around. And I'm just holding it in place because there's, because I just re-inked it, it's going to absorb into the Coastal Cabana cardstock. So that's our first snowflake. I'm going to grab that white panel because I said I used 3rd generation ink. So that's the first. I'm going to stamp off very lightly. That's your 2nd generation. And now I'm going to stamp our background on that basic white panel. Very subtle. Actually, you can see that one a little bit better. Let me just stamp on the other side to see if I can get 4th generation ink, because that might be a little, yeah, I didn't press down too hard. That's not a very good, snowflake. I'm just going to run and get another one because I don't want to show you that. Let's try that again. So we've already pretended we stamped it on there. So let me just stamp off. And then that's 2nd. I'm going to just test 3rd and 4th. So it looks like 4th generation is what I used. So we'll do that again. So 1, 2, 3. And then we'll stamp right in the middle there. There we go. That's what I want. And our inside message says, hope you have the merriest season ever. And this will be full strength Coastal Cabana. And I'm going to try to aim the message right in the middle of that circle there that's on the snowflake. That's much better than actually my sample card. Let me just pull that one in again. So this is the one on the left is my sample card that has a very, very light background of snowflake. And now this one is pretty much the perfect layer of ink that I was trying to get. So this one's just a little bit too light, and this one I think is perfect. So we'll go with that one. And then on our envelope, we will stamp that snowflake one more time. And that will be full strength. I'm just going to stamp it right in the lower left corner. Okay. So I think that is, no, hold on. This one. This one is sending a flurry of happy wishes. So we're just going to ink this up and try to get it in the middle. There we go. So now I think we have everything stamped except for our back side of our card. So let me just pull that one in right now. And I'm going to stamp this on the back. And we have a new, oh God, that's horrible. I am like stamping really crooked tonight. Let me see, what can I do about that? Let's see if I can get this to cover up. Oh, it's a little too high, but I think I can do it. I'd rather do that than show that messiness. So let me try to stamp again, but first I'm going to just burn it just so it'll lay a little bit flatter for me. But anyway, I was saying we have a new Angel Policy stamp coming out, and I am going to be ordering that probably tonight. It's on a pre-order right now, so customers will be able to order it in, I think it's tomorrow actually. But I'm going to get my hands on it and I'm going to order it tonight before, hopefully, it doesn't sell out and go on back order. But it's got some nice sentiments in there too for the back side of your card and just in card making itself. All right, so now we've got that stamped a little bit better. We're going to take that snowflake embossed panel, and that's just going to get adhered right down to the Coastal Cabana. No dimensionals, just our adhesive. Again, I'm using Coastal Cabana cardstock, and I added it so the heavy snow is at the top and the lighter snow is at the bottom. Then you're going to take your Coastal Cabana, and that's your stylish shaped circle. It's the next to the last on the circles, going from the biggest to the smallest. So this one I'm just going to place right up here. Try to get it about the same distance at the top and the left side. And then the last two, we're going to use our Stampin' Dimensionals, and we'll pop those up. So let me just grab some of those. And we'll be creating a triangle with the dimensionals. So there's 1 and 2. Give those a good press. We want them to stay on there. And I'll grab my piercing tool and I'll take those backings right off. Okay, so the next one is that goes on is going to be the sentiment, and that's just going to go right over here. I'm going to leave a little bit of a border of white showing. And now this is our last one, and it's just going to go somewhere like over here. And now I'll take my little snowflake and I'm going to use liquid glue on this. You could run this through on our adhesive sheets, but I still don't have those in my craft room. Piece of foil right there that I want to get off there. You want to just make sure that all the little things are released from the die cut, because you don't want to glue those on there. And I'm just going to add little dots of liquid glue. Not too much, because then we don't want it making a mess. I like the silver on Coastal Cabana. Again, it just reminds me of ice. Okay. You want to wait for this to adhere before you do anything else with it. We're going to add our, while this is drying, we're going to add our ribbon to the center of this one right here. So it's going to go right on there. I'm going to use my glue dots. Let me go grab those. And I'm going to just use one. It's big enough for just one. So what I can do is I can put this on right here and then press that on there really good. Make sure it's going to stay. Just wiggle it back and forth. Make sure it's staying. And then I like to take my ribbon scissors to cut the tails of the bow so it looks nice and fresh. We'll just give it a little haircut. Okay, The final touch are those basic rhinestone jewels. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab one of the largest ones. These have 3 different sizes. And the large one is going to go right into that foil center. And then the random 2, let's take, boy, I only have a few medium left. So I'm going to grab some of these smaller ones. And I'm just going to put them out randomly. So we already have 1, 2, and then we just need 1 more. And let's see where I want to put it. Right down here. There's a nice little white space here that doesn't have any embossing on it. So I'm going to glue it right there. That's it, you guys. Very quick, easy card to mass produce. This one, oh wait, I didn't put my panel on. This one is going to be one of my holiday cards that I will be donating to the Hartford Norwich holiday baskets. It's very easy. It's different. We can't use the word Christmas because there's lots of different religions, people that are receiving the baskets, over 400. And so we have to kind of make it a little bit generic. This is perfect. Sending a flurry of happy wishes. Hope you have the merriest season ever. So very nice, very elegant. And let me know what you think. And here is our matching envelope. And then on my sample card, I made that bow. The tail's really too small on that one. And you can see the placement of the circles are just a little bit different. So I really like this. There's no designer paper. Can you believe it? And I think it just looks really nice. Let me know if you have any comments, any questions on any of the steps that we just did. I'll be happy to answer your questions. If not, then we'll move on to the second card, which is going to, I'm going to be using a blending brush for this one. So I haven't used that in such a long time, but we'll be using Coastal Cabana ink again. All right, this card is really pretty. Yes, it is. Very, very nice. Thank you, Carla. And it's our make and takes for our upcoming meeting. So that ordering link is still available if you wanted to grab the make and takes. All right, so now the next one, I didn't even show it to you yet. This one's going to require a pencil. And my ribbon's a little, let me just leave that out there. Got a little crinkled there. I'd like to pre-cut the ribbon for my customers and just put it in there if it's a kit. If it's like my card club, they usually get this full spool or part of it. All right, here is the card we're going to be making. This one right here. It's using that little swirly image in all 3 sizes of the snowflakes and a little bit of Coastal Cabana. And then on the inside, I have stamped it like this. And then on the envelope, we've got a little bit of stamping as well. So I'm going to, let's see, what did I forget? I just thought I knew I forgot something, but we'll figure it out. All right, so our stamping will consist of our little this is the snowflake. Let me put it on the Coastal Cabana so you can see it. These die cut really nicely, and I have I cut on this image. I put 2 sheets of basic white together and die cut 2 at the same time. The other one I wouldn't do, but this one it's super nice to do that. And both of them came out really nice. So highly suggest this set. Again, it is called One of a Kind Bundle. All right, so we'll need this one right here. We're going to try to do, oh, I know what I needed now. I need my pencil. Oh boy. I'm in the middle of so much stuff right now. Like I have so much design work to do and get ready for our first session of card making for the holiday baskets this Saturday. All right. So what I'm going to do is let's check out our card again. So when I'm kind of random stamping, I like to put the die cut on the card and kind of outline it a little bit so I know where it's going to set on the card. That way I'm kind of, I want to get some of that ink underneath the Coastal Cabana die cut here. But not on some of them. I want the whole image showing like the snowflakes. So I will take my pencil. I've got my white, basic white, and then it's 5 inches by 3 3/4. And I'm going to take my pencil and just do a very light mark, 3 of them. And this is going to just tell me where this is going to get adhered. Okay, let me just bring this up to the camera so you can see it. So we've got all of our tick marks coming around. I hope you can see it. It's very shaded here at night. And what about that? It is dark at like 4:45 tonight. I don't like that. All right. But, you know, I keep saying one day closer to summer. All right, we're going to use the swirly one first. We're just going to stamp this 2 times. And I just want a little bit of it underneath where that die cut's going to be. So I'll just stamp it right there. And then I'm going to turn it. It looks like the number 6 and the number 9. I'm going to stamp this one towards the corner there. And you can see where that tick mark is. And it's going to be covering quite a bit, which probably didn't want to do, but that's okay. Now we'll grab our snowflakes. So we have 3 different sizes. So large, medium, and small. And the large one, I'm just going to stamp 2 times. And I'm going to stamp it down here so the whole image is showing. It's outside of that little area. And this one up here, I want some of it covered by the Coastal Cabana die cut. Okay, so that is all I need for that one. The medium one, I'm just going to kind of randomly stamp. So we got 4 on there right now. And then the tiny one, I like the tiny one the best. I'm going to stamp like way up here so we'll see the full image. And then maybe a little bit down here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need 1 more. This one's going to be totally different than the other one. So why don't I go, I'm thinking, off of this little swirl, the end of it. Okay, that looks kind of cute actually. All right, so now this is all done. We're going to set it aside. We're going to work on the snowflake next. I'm going to need a blending brush on this one because this was white, and we're going to take our blending brush and give it a nice light Coastal Cabana. So I'm just going to kind of swirl this on my ink pad. And remember, I did re-ink this. So if I just put it right on there, let me just turn it over so you can see. If I just go like this, whoops, you're going to get like not really good blending. You can see how dark that is. We don't want that, right? So let's ink this back up. And then we're going to start off of the cardstock and kind of swirl it and go in. And the pressure, I'm trying to keep the same pressure. So that I don't get like any kind of dark images. I got a little dark over here, but I think that'll be okay. Let me just go around the edges so I can make kind of the points on the snowflake a little bit darker. And then we'll blend it all together. Once you're happy with it, we'll be stamping our sentiment again, which has the merriest in it. Let's see, where is that one? Yep, we just used this one in the previous card, but I'm going to use it again. You're going to want to stamp this as straight as you can. So now we have something that looks like this. We got the kind of all blended in with Full Strength Coastal Cabana. This would look really nice in silver embossing. That would look real good. All right, so those are the two that are stamped, and then the inside panel and envelope. So we have our basic white. This is thick, 5.5 by 8.5, squared at 4 1/4. So we're going to be horizontal. And I'm going to take that little swirl and we'll ink it up again. And I'm just going to stamp it 2 times. So we got the number 6, and then we'll stamp it down here for the number 9. And then I'm going to fill it in with our snowflakes. Just randomly put them on there. So we get 3. Okay, so that's our inside. And then on our envelope, we kind of want to do the same kind of thing. We'll take that little swirl and we'll change the direction. And then we'll just random stamp the snowflakes. All right, so that's our envelope. And I'm going to just add my Angel Policy stamp. There we go. Love that heart. I say it every single time, but I really do like that heart. Okay, so we got our Coastal Cabana panel, and we have our card base, and now we have our little stamp panel. So this size here is 5 1/8 by 3 7/8, and then we've got basic white stamped 5 by 3 3/4. So you have that really small border. It's just kind of highlighting the Coastal Cabana. Get that right on there. And you can try to erase those if you would like to. My pencils are so old that the erasers don't work. Do you guys ever have that issue? Like crazy. So I'm going to take my little eraser, my adhesive eraser, and they should just come off, which they do. You don't want to see those on the card front. They're just meant to be a guide. Oh, shoot, I smudged. It's all right. We'll put an embellishment there or something. I must have, yep, I got ink right on the side of my hand. I didn't even notice that. Darn it. Okay, so now this gets adhered right to the front. You could add dimensionals to it if you would like, but since it's going to be a little busy, it's going to be lifted up. Anyway, the focal point, I'm just going to adhere it right to the front. And our next, this is the Iconic Imagery die, one of the really nice label dies. I'll add some dimensionals to the back side of this one. We're going to lift it up. And you'll want 5 of those. So 1 in each corner and 1 in the middle. Again, we'll press those right down and we'll, ouch, just stab myself. You watch. I'm going to start bleeding. Oh, it's Monday. Nope, not yet, but it's close. All right, so now we'll just adhere this little label. I might be able to get away. I want this showing a little bit more, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. But I think it just needs to go to the right side just a little bit. Yep, that's good. Now we're going to take a little piece of the ribbon and we're going to put it on horizontally. So what I'll do is I'm going to put some seal right in the middle, and then we'll kind of try to keep it on top of each other. You can also take some Scotch tape to put it on there too. A mini glue dot would work as well. So let me just grab, I'm going to grab a mini glue dot so you can see what I mean by that. So this is a little loose. It's sticking to that seal, but not enough. So we'll just put a random mini glue dot on there. So now it's really, really stuck. I'm not going to cut the tails until I get the snowflake on there. And it's going to go right in the middle, but we need to lift that up over the ribbon. So we'll do that by adding 3 dimensionals, create your triangle. And then this is going to get, oops, we're going to put this right on in the middle. And then in the inside, you could stamp a message in if you want to. It's totally up to you. Now we're just going to embellish it with all of these super nice rhinestones. So I'm going to grab one of the larger ones to put right here. I'm going to use rhinestones for every single one of these snowflakes. I don't think you can get away with just putting like 3 on there. I definitely think you need to add 1 to each of the snowflakes. Even if it's hiding underneath that corner there, let's add 1. I think it would just look really funny if you don't do that. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. There's one under there. What I also thought when I opened this up, there was no message on there, but I want to bling out these. So let's take one of the large ones and medium. And then a little tiny one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to take my sample card and do the same thing. And don't forget, you can color these in to match with your Stampin' blends. All right, there we have it. We have completed 2 really nice, quick and easy cards. So we have these 2 here. And then we have, let's see, our 2 that look like that. So I don't know. I think it was really easy to do. I like to mass produce. If you don't have designer paper and you just have stamps, ink, and paper, and maybe a die cutting machine, because you'll need that. Or you could use circle punches, but definitely need an embossing machine to die cut out the snowflakes. But simple. Probably the hardest thing is tying the bows. honestly. But I really like the silver and Coastal Cabana together. What's your opinion? Do you guys like the blue and the silver? I'm trying to think what another color would look like. Like Wednesday we'll be using Misty Moonlight, and that's just a little bit darker, like denim color, a light denim color. But I'm going to see if there's any questions. If there's not, I need to sign off because I've got a lot of, like I said in the beginning, I have a lot of design work to do for 5 classes. So I definitely need to get going on that. Don't forget about my ordering special. Last week, we created 4 cards and a journal. And that is my host code reward for the month of November. So my host code is RPA2WRBS. If you're not on my email list, this was sent out yesterday, I believe. And it's my ordering special. So placing an order of $40 using the host code, you'll get 4 of the card kits, 1 each. And then an order of $60 will include all 4 kits and the journal kit, plus the journal, a blank journal. And then an order of $150 or more, don't use the host code because you'll get your Stampin' Rewards, which are 10% of your order. So $150, you'll get $15 free to use on your order that's from Stampin' Up. And don't worry, I'll be sending you everything that the other 2 levels get, plus the Opal Rounds assortments. And those are the embellishments that I used on that class last week. So I hope you enjoyed the class today. Short, simple, easy. And I am going to get started on some design work for Card Club. So stay tuned. If you're not on my email list, you'll miss out on the Card Club announcement. So you can add your name to inspiredbygram at Gmail, or excuse me, inspiredbygram.com, and then just hit that pop-up menu. And I send about 3 to 5 emails a week, depending on my schedule. So this video will be uploaded a little bit later tonight. So thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys, especially my team members that are supporting me with this Monday Live. And you guys have a great week. Don't forget to vote if you haven't already voted. And tomorrow I get my COVID booster shot. So don't forget to get your COVID booster as well. We'll see how I feel on Wednesday, but I'm hydrating. So it will be hopefully not too many, not feeling so horrible like last time. So, and that's my own fault because I did not hydrate. So I'm going to start hydrating and we'll see what I get. I'll let you know on Wednesday. All right. Take care.